Some of you may want to go ahead and start trying to put actual questions in. Because it's before the students get there, we're still on the Prepare tab. And this time we're going to click on Lessons and Assessments. There's a new button here, and we can click on a new lesson. We can name it something like Practice. And I'm trying to hold the camera and do this at the same time. Practice. And it asks for a description, a unique identifier, associated files. I'm going to leave all of that blank and click OK. Now it's going to show me over here that because I had this file here, Cognitive Apprenticeship, selected, Practice nested under there, I can move that anywhere else. I can just move it right back up to the top. And now it comes right down to the bottom here, nested in this folder for EdPsych Fall 09. If you'll notice on the other side here, there are no questions. If I want to add a new question, I'm going to go back up to that new button. And now I can select question. It's going to open up the question editor, which looks a lot like Microsoft Word as far as having things like bold, italics, underlining, choosing what kind of font you want, the size of the font, the color of the font. Here is what type of question you want to ask. MC stands for multiple choice. As you scroll down in your punch, you can also have a short answer question, which will let you type in an actual letter answer that the kids will text in with their new CPS Pulse clickers. You can also have ranking questions, which is what the AS2, AS3, all the way up through AS10 stands for. You can have a numeric question, a true or false question, a yes/no question, or a performance question. Just for the sake of showing you the question editor, I'm going to do a multiple choice 4 question so that you can see what the editor looks like. You put your question in here. You put your answers in A, B, C, or D, the areas here. You would choose which one is the correct answer, and you can have multiple correct answers here if you choose. And then when you're done, you're going to choose Save and Move Forward. And when you do that, it saves this question and moves into the next question. When you're done putting all of your questions in, you'll just click an overall save before you close it here. Now I'm going to type some information in here so that you can see how it's going to come up on the screen once I've put something in. So practice question, and we'll do answer A, answer B, answer C, and answer D. Let me also say here, you don't have to have a correct answer here. If you want to do some sort of survey or prompt some sort of critical thinking discussion with your students, you can leave this part blank and then talk about the results that you get. All right, I'm going to save this question. I'm going to close it. And now you'll see that that question appears over here on the side. I've got practice highlighted over here, and the questions that are associated with that practice test are here in the other box. From there, we would go to the Engage tab. We would choose the test that we just made, and up top we would click Engage. I'm sorry, one of the things that you have to remember about this particular program is you have to put a little check beside the test that you're going to engage in. I always forget to do that, but so there's my check mark beside that, and now I get a button up top towards the middle that says Engage. I click Engage, and then what I've got is a floating toolbar across the top, and the first choice up here is Engage. I click that, and it opens up the question for the kids to be able to answer. I press Start. The kids log in their answer with the clicker, making sure that they press the Send button. And so I'm going to press B, and you'll see that it's come up on the display here. And then I press Send. And then, because I'm using a couple of clickers here, the computer's told me that 2 kids have logged in. I press End. It's going to write the data, and it tells me that 2 students chose answer B. Since this is the only question, I'm going to close this. It goes back to that floating toolbar. I'm going to close the floating toolbar. It's asking me, am I sure that I want to do this? This will end the session. I click yes. And now that the kids have engaged with the questions, I can now go to the Report tab, and everything I've done is going to be in reverse order with the last thing that I did first. So there's my test, practice up top. I click it. I click Generate. I get a list of reports that I can choose, and for now I'm just going to choose the instructor summary so that you can see what one of the reports look like. I'm clicking Preview, and there's a report of what just happened in my program, which students answered, and how many they got correct out of how many they attempted. I'm going to close this in the corner, and then close the report screen, and then I'm back to my 3-tabbed area. When I come back in December, we're going to do even more work with, creating the test and showing you the different features of the CPS Pulse system. I want to point out, though, that there is some online help. At eInstruction's website, and that's at einstruction.com, you can click on Support and Downloads. I'm clicking on No Thanks, Continue to Support. On the side here, I'm clicking on Professional Services and Training. And there's a section here called Resources and Videos. And if you click on it and scroll down to the CPS system, there are tutorials on here for using your CPS system. Now, your CPS system is brand new. It's called CPS Pulse. But the software works exactly the same as the CPS 5.6 series of clickers. So if I click on that, it's going to open up a box which gives me training videos for setting up CPS, classroom interactivity, creating content, the eInstruction product suite integration, interactive PowerPoint presentations, learning through team activities, and managing data and reports. And there's multiple videos associated with each of these, and you can come here and start learning some of this information before I come back in December. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me, and you will also have a link on your Google site so that you can have some materials that I've created in a wiki, and that wiki is at cpsclickers.pbworks.com.